A big update for my company. I'm building a Skool community. Now, this Skool community is probably not for people who are watching this video. Just for context, I run an email and SMS marketing agency, and I make these videos on this channel really just to document my journey and what I'm doing, what I'm learning as a business owner. On my other channel, I actually focus on teaching people how to do email marketing, and that's really what I sell as a service. But I wanted to make this video to share like a big update, because I share updates on this channel about what I'm doing with the business, how much money we're making, all that cool stuff. So subscribe, check out the other videos. But this is a big update for the company. And I want to talk about why I'm building a Skool community, the thinking behind the Skool community, what I'm going to be talking about, and really perhaps just give some guidance on people who are doing it themselves. So I run an email and SMS marketing agency, and I teach people how to do email and SMS marketing specifically for e-commerce brands. And what I've been finding is on my YouTube channel, where I talk about that, there should be a link in the description to that channel, we get a lot of people who are not necessarily running e-commerce businesses, but are wanting to learn how to do email marketing for their clients, right? They're either marketing agencies or they're people who are, wanting to sell email marketing as a service. And unfortunately, at the time of recording, I don't really have an offer for those people. And I feel like I'm leaving a lot of money on the table, whereby I can create content for these people so that they can learn how to do email marketing themselves. And, the business for my agency, we're doing really well. We've been growing a lot these past few months. And rather than continuously working vertically, i.e., trying to get more clients in the email marketing space, which we are actively doing, I also wanted to go a little bit horizontally and service people who are still wanting to do email marketing, but with a different offer. And so I've decided to build out a Skool community. First off, we're charging $1,000 per year for the Skool community, and it's gonna be targeted at the people that I mentioned before, either e-commerce businesses who can't afford my implementation service, or e-commerce businesses who want to build up email marketing capability in-house, i.e. hire somebody, and want somebody to become more qualified or more skilled with email marketing. And thirdly, people who want to sell email marketing to clients themselves. And so what I've decided to do is I've decided to build out this Skool community that is essentially a condensed version of everything I teach on my YouTube channel for email and SMS marketing, link in the description. And it's in a way that follows more of a curriculum rather than a scattergun approach, which is what we do on YouTube. And I wanted to create a course offering that essentially goes through every single step of what I sell. And I want to do this for a couple of reasons. Yes, to generate revenue, but also to build authority. More on that later. What we're doing in this Skool community is I'm showing everybody everything from how to create an email marketing account to how to design emails, how to segment audiences, and how to build automations. I'm building this because I think it's a relatively low lift in terms of workload in the future. To build out the community, it takes a lot of work, right? Recording all the videos, creating the course curriculum, the homework, all that stuff. It takes a lot of work right now. However, I think once it's all built out, the only work that's going to be required after the Skool has been launched is going to be updating the course community, rather the course material, which is going to take time, but also taking weekly calls, which will be teaching people how to do email marketing if they have questions. Now, we're doing this because, yep, it's going to generate an extra revenue stream. It'll be an extra $1,000 per every person who comes in to the course. We're charging yearly because when you think about a Skool community or a course offering, once somebody buys it, they already have everything up front. And so rather than charging monthly subscriptions, if somebody buys everything and they have access to everything, they're not going to want to pay for an ongoing thing that they already have, right? Like if somebody buys, a book here and they read it, they're not going to want to pay $12 or $20 every single month to keep this book, right? If they've read it, it's done. They don't need to keep paying an ongoing fee, which is why instead of charging monthly, we're charging yearly upfront. So instead of $150 a month, we're charging a one-off fee of $1,000 per year. And they get all the value and we just sell it right there. Really quickly, sorry to interrupt the video. I just wanted to tell you something really cool that we've started doing with Inbox. I've actually created a Skool community where I teach you anything and everything I know about email and SMS marketing, from really advanced campaign strategies to how to simply set up your Klaviyo account, all the way to building really, really cool automations for the back end of your e-commerce store. Whether you're a business owner trying to learn how to do email marketing or an email marketer trying to learn how to become a better email marketer, there is a link in the description to this Skool community where I teach you everything I know. Check it out, it's worthwhile. Book a call to have a chat with me to see if you're a right fit for the community, and if you are, I'd love to get you in there. Anyway, sorry for interrupting your video, let's get back to it. And so what this Skool community does is it allows me, to generate some extra revenue, of course, but it also allows me to have an offer for people who can't afford my services, right? Or for people who aren't a perfect match, i.e. an e-commerce business. And so I get on a lot of calls and people are like, you know what, Gavin, like $2,000 per month is too much. We'd rather just do it ourselves. And I can then say, okay, I totally hear you. Instead of actually me doing it for you, I'd love to give you access to my Skool community whereby I can teach you how to do it. You can train your team. You can have access to me in a group cohort, fashion. And that is a much cheaper alternative to the upfront cost. And it's a low lift for me because all I'm having to do is get on weekly group calls, which is what we've set it up as, weekly group calls. And we're doing it, it's a low lift, right? It's gonna take an hour out of my week, maybe 2 to 3 hours out of my week to generate a significant portion of other revenue. Also, what it's gonna allow me to do is essentially vet people who are in my Skool community to potentially ascend them into becoming a full-time client. So let's say we have people who find me on YouTube who are like, you know what, we don't actually even wanna consider having Gavin implement our email marketing, which is a crazy thought, but we don't even want to consider having them, implement email marketing for us. Instead, we'd rather him teach us. We get them into the cohort. So we collect the $1,000 up front for the actual service of the class, the Skool community. But then we have the opportunity to then begin selling them subtly for implementation, i.e. they get on the cohort calls and we find that they're just constantly struggling. We can then sell them on full implementation. So it becomes another source of leads for us, which is really, really, really awesome. So we're going to focus on essentially upselling people who are in the Skool community to then become full-time clients as well. Also, I think it's going to really help build authority for the business. Now, I made a video about this, about why YouTube is so important for any business owner, because it builds up authority, right? Having a YouTube channel, there's something about getting behind a camera like this and speaking to the camera that really helps you build up your perceived level of expertise and allows you to close deals a lot easier because people think you're really good, which you are. If you're making videos like this, odds are you're really qualified at what you do. And so it helps build that authority, makes the close process easier. I think having a Skool community is going to add to that authority. Being able to say to people on calls who are like, Gavin, we're interested in getting you to do our email marketing, and I'll say, yep, it's gonna be $5,000 per month. Here are my qualifications. Not only do I have a YouTube channel, right? Not only do I have case studies, not only have I worked with over 400 different businesses in the email and SMS marketing space in e-commerce, right? But I also have a school where I actively teach people how to become email marketers, where we have other agencies who want to learn how to do email marketing. We also have that set up for you as well. And it just helps position me as an authority in the email and SMS marketing space. And so there's like these supplementary benefits to our core offer that having a separate offer for the Skool community helps us build. And I'm really excited to see how that translates into essentially increased close rates. So the real focus is building out this Skool community to generate revenue, but also build authority, and then also just really grow the business entirely. And another cool thing that we can do with the Skool community is we can find people that we want to hire, right? I am much more likely to hire somebody who has, gone through my Skool community and is looking for work and is trained on my methods and my processes, as opposed to somebody who has just randomly applied for a job. So we can also use the Skool community as like an internal recruitment tool. Now, the Skool community itself, it's taken a lot of work. Like I've recorded a lot of content and it's taken me a lot of time to record this stuff. And so I say this because I don't want you guys to think it's like an easy thing to do. It's not, because the content within the community is going to be a reflection of the services that you're going to eventually try and sell in the future as well, right? And you're staking your reputation on this thing. So we've put a lot of work into that, but when I do really think about it, it is actually just a lot of the times condensed versions of the stuff that we already have on YouTube. So it's not like I'm reinventing the wheel a lot of the times here. I'm just recording the content with a lot more depth. And then also, I think the real value of these communities, which if you're thinking of creating one yourself, is offering access to me through the weekly calls that we'll do in Skool. So just for reference, we're going to be doing calls every single Tuesday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, whereby anybody can join for an hour and they can ask any and all questions related to email marketing, and we will answer those. And that's where the value really is in the Skool community too. Yeah, there's the education element for sure. But if I think about my hourly rate for calls, I charge $250 an hour just to get on a call with me. If you're able to do that for a year, for 52 weeks, and have access to me in that fashion, the value is huge, right? Like the value just having access to me and also my team, because my team members will be on this call, is going to be massive. So the success so far, an update, I haven't actually launched it. So I'm launching this ideally next week, and I'm going to see what the results are and kind of update you guys from there. Just a note, I did get a lot of training from a guy called Max Perzon, Course, Kours. I bought his course, which was $5,000 to run through how to build up the Skool community and how to really grow it and all that stuff. So that really helps speed up my process. I'm going to make a separate video reviewing the entire thing and breaking down my experience and the value that I feel like I got out of it. But that's been a really big help for me. And by the way, I'm not an affiliate of this guy. That's been a really big help for me figuring out how to create my offering. But just to note, like, I didn't come up with everything that I'm doing by myself. I did have some help from a course, essentially. But I wanted to share this because I think it's interesting, and I make these videos to document my business journey and share what's working for me, what I've got on the horizon and what's not, and hopefully, you know, give myself and my kids something to look back on when their kids want to look at their dad's email marketing agency. But I think it's a cool thing, and I want to keep you guys updated on that and just share my experience of what's happening. If you have any questions about it, and if you want to find a link to it, just comment down below. I'll send you over the link. Super cool stuff in there, I think. And subscribe to the channel. It really validates me as a human being, which is admittedly unhealthy, but nonetheless, whatever. And I make videos like this every week, twice a week. Like the video, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.